What's up, guys? Project Games here. Yeah, we're not coming at you with a Vampire Survivors hardcore mode today, and there is a reason why. So this is essentially a bad news slash update video. So just want to start with I'd only recently bought a laptop, and yeah, I'd literally had it for a week, and the battery is now faulty on it. The issue is that the battery is internal, so it means I can't just simply get right on in there and replace it or anything. I can't find any spares online, for this battery, so I wouldn't know what to do with that. So it's either the case that I'm gonna have my laptop, I'm gonna have to send it back, and if they can't get a replacement laptop for me, then it'd be a refund. So herein lies the problem: is my Vampire Survivors hardcore mode save is on that laptop, and I can't do anything about that because it's not saved to the cloud, because you need to deactivate the whole cloud save thing, when you're constantly refreshing saves and stuff like that, just to start again. So it is, the save is actually just sat on the SSD and not in the cloud, so I can't just grab it. Besides, I wouldn't want to just grab it anyway, because it would overwrite my save, which is the save that you currently see me play on the screen right now, essentially. Which is, it's 100% completion save. I still enjoy playing on it from time to time, there is literally nothing to do. It's just more so just trying out some different builds and stuff like that, and see how they do. But yeah, in terms of going forward, what does this mean for any sort of future videos? Of course, it does mean we will not be doing any more hardcore Vampire Survivors. And besides, I feel like we got as far as we could with it, and I think it just got to the point where it was almost no longer a challenge. We were close at times to dying and stuff like that, but generally speaking, if I just do the correct build, quite easily should be able to just get through the levels. It's just that, really. So I feel like we've gone as far as we can with the Vampire Survivor stuff, and it was very long form sort of content as well. Some of the videos are up onwards and upwards of like 40-45 minutes, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass because I can't do any sort of editing with this, because you're not going to want to be skipping around all the footage and stuff like that. So yeah, so we're not going to be doing any more of that, guys, unfortunately. So it just puts us in a position now where we've got to try and figure out what's next. So of course I do want to try and stay on the sort of hardcore aspect of games where they are tough. If you die, it sort of deletes your save and stuff like that. I do have some other games in mind, probably Fear and Hunger 1 and 2, but like, those games are extremely unforgiving, and I feel I'm going to be pumping disgusting levels that I was in, because at any point throughout that game, all it takes is one little bad bit of luck to happen, like say in a mid-fight, next minute you've lost your arm, and then that's going to really affect you throughout the whole gameplay, basically, unless you were able to sort of like give up a party member potentially and then join bodies as one person. But then at that point you've just lost a party member just to get an arm back, or something like that. So it's a very tough game, and there's many things that can just end your playthrough. And with that sort of game in a hardcore setting, it's just going to be stop, start, stop, start. You'll see 20 minutes of gameplay, and then right towards the end I'll die, and then it's like, well, do I have to show you another 20 minutes of the next gameplay? Because sometimes, certain scenarios could be different when you go through on the second time, so I don't want to be going over the same content every time. It's just going to get boring until I actually make progress to the points where you've not seen. I think that just gets boring. It gets boring for me, it'll get boring for you to watch, and I just don't want to have to feel like I have to cut all that stuff out every time. Because, like I said, if something interesting happens, then it's, over a million amount of attempts, I might think, oh, we've already seen this, even though we haven't. And then you're trying to piece together stuff like, how have you met this person when you've had to have done this first, possibly, but you didn't meet them the last time on the last save when we got this far. It's things like that where, yeah, you literally, I think you literally need a guide for that sort of game, because without a guide, if you're doing it blind, you're almost 100% gonna fail. So yeah, we've got some other games in mind. So we could be trying something like that. It could be that we might try a challenging game, like a really tough platformer game, or we're gonna mix it up. Basically, it's not just gonna be hardcore stuff all the time and hard games, and I might just do it won't stop me doing any more Vampire Survivor stuff if people just wanted to see certain builds in action. It won't stop me doing that. That can still be a thing. Any game can be a thing, essentially. So, but yeah, I'm a bit lost for what I want to do, because this has sort of just come about out of the blue. For the laptop, that cost as much as mine did to simply break within a week, despite hardly using it, because I have got a computer upstairs as well, which is, in terms of performance, the computer I've got here upstairs it's at least 5 times better than what the laptop was, possibly even more. On this computer here, I've got, although it's not the current 40 series graphics cards, I do have a RTX 3090, which is the overclock variant of that. So it was sort of like the higher scale of the card when it first came out. Obviously, they then released a 3090 Ti literally like a couple of weeks after I bought that card for full price, and prices were crazy at the time. So, but I did only have like a 3050 in the laptop, so yeah, it's a hell of a jump. The processor I've got on this is, I believe it's a 16 core. Sort of put myself on the spot here as to what I've got. I think it's a Ryzen 9 5950X, I think. Which, also another great sort of like workhorse processor, great for like things like rendering, obviously good for gaming and stuff like that. So yeah, great PC. The only reason why I got a laptop is because sometimes I do work at home, and I don't like to work in my sort of like my bedroom where my actual computer is. I don't like to work in there because you just feel like you're almost confined to that spot. I could be working and then I might think, oh, I'll have a game on something. Before you know it, you're just stuck in this room all day. So I like to be able to move about, and I'll work downstairs, out, not in my bedroom, and I had this laptop as more of just a multimedia sort of thing, just so I can watch something while I'm working, just get a bit of YouTube on, get a bit of this, get a bit of that, some movies, some Twitch streams, it didn't matter. or potentially any sort of games that I could play on the side while working. That was the objective there. And yeah, it's literally broken after a week. And the annoying thing is, this thing had like 4.5 stars reviews, and I think everyone's like, oh yeah, it's brilliant. It was a brilliant laptop. And then you look at the bad reviews that are like really hidden in between these 5 stars, saying, oh, battery issue, blah blah blah, battery issue this, battery issue that. And I kind of, when you're going to purchase an item, you kind of don't look and you think, because I did see some, battery issue. I thought, okay, but look at the amount of 5-star reviews this has got. Like, this is, could this happen to me? Yeah, sure, it can happen to me, but there's so many other happy people that have bought this that you would think, well, it's very unlikely, isn't it? And then no, it happened, and once you actually start scouring the internet, then once you know it's happened to yourself, you can see that this happens to quite a lot of people. It's called a Medion or Medion E30 gaming laptop. It cost me about 600 quid basically, and I'd never heard of this brand, but yeah, there's probably a reason why I've never heard of it, because everything else seemed, of a decent quality, but I guess it's things that you can't see, so they probably cheaped out on the battery, very faulty, probably. It's like I said, it's probably very cheap battery, or cheap other parts, especially the ones you can't get to have a look. And it's, like I said, it's an internal battery as well, so I can't even get at it and change it properly. That would void the warranty on the thing, and I won't be able to either get a refund or get it replaced. I'm kind of hoping that I do get it replaced, because not replaced, sorry. I kind of hope that I get a refund, because I've sort of like, it's ruined my confidence with a laptop like that. I'd rather get, if I'm going to get another laptop, I'd rather get something with a bit more of a brand on it, like an MSI or an Asus, Razer, even though, we're starting to get very expensive there, but, and the thing is, I don't want to get too expensive with a laptop when I've already got a fairly expensive PC upstairs, which cost me a lot of money when I first built it. All said and done, I think it cost me it's close to about 5,000 Great British pounds to get it all built up. That's if we include the monitor and things like that, and the peripherals, but yeah, it cost me around about that to build it myself, and it just goes to show, like, I can build something like that myself, make sure I know exactly what I'm putting into the computer in terms of battery. I can get or power supply, sorry, get a quality power supply, get a quality cooler for the processor, and you're just making sure you're getting a quality motherboard, good case, everything then that you're putting in is quality RAM. It's all really high-ended branded stuff that, for a reason they are as highly rated as they are. They're not just some cheap knockoff RAM or something like that you think, oh yeah, it does the exact same thing as the high branded version, but then it might not last as long, and it's not something you want to be happening, and especially on a laptop when you can't really get at the parts as easy as you do, or get replacement parts as easy as you could with a PC. So anyway, I've rambled on long enough here, guys. This is the situation anyway, so might not be any videos now for a few days while I try and figure some shit out, and try and sort of, try and get a refund or something for this laptop as well. So there definitely won't be any camera if I do any videos on my main computer, because the camera I was using was built into the laptop, and I thought, well, it's there, I may as well use it, you know. So I'm not exactly camera shy. It's just, yeah, I just don't buy a camera. I can't be bothered buying a camera just for that, unless it's a game that you probably really need to see my reactions to. But yeah, there we go, guys. That's all I've got for you. It's kind of shit, because I was enjoying making the videos, but there we go. Anyway, thank you guys. Bye now.